My manhood disappeared one tragic morning. My name is Femi, and I am a 28-year-old man living in Lagos State. I went into the bathroom to pee one morning, and that was the moment my life ended. I didn't even realize anything was wrong at first. I was still half asleep, dragging my feet across the cold marble tiles of my apartment on the island. The kind of apartment people dream about. Clean walls, LED lights, expensive fragrance floating in the air. The life of a Lagos big boy. I yawned, unzipped, looked down, and froze. For a second, my brain refused to understand what my eyes were seeing. I blinked once, twice. Then my heart slammed against my ribs like it wanted to escape. Because it wasn't there. My manhood, gone, missing, disappeared like it had never existed. I screamed so loudly my throat cracked. Mogbe! Mogbe! My voice echoed off the bathroom walls. My manhood, it is gone! It is gone! I stumbled backward, almost slipping. It has disappeared. Where did it go? I searched frantically, like it might be hiding somewhere on the floor. I checked again. Nothing. I clutched my head. This is not possible. But it was. And the worst part? This nightmare didn't start this morning. It started years ago. A few years back, when I first came to Lagos, I wasn't like this. I wasn't the man people feared or envied. Back then, I was just Femi, a boy with dreams, a broke student at the University of Lagos. And that was where I met Precious. Precious. Even her name sounded like something too expensive for me to hold. She was one of the big girls in Unilag, always glowing, always looking like money. And me? I was struggling. But everything I had, I gave her. Bags? I found a way. Hair? I borrowed money. Food? I went hungry so she could eat. Anything Precious wanted, I wanted to provide. People used to laugh at me. Femi, this girl you are following, she will leave you one day. She's definitely following Alaji. But I would smile with foolish confidence. This is my girl. Now me go marry her. I believed it with my whole chest. Until her birthday. That day, I wanted to surprise her. I used my last card, my last money. I bought cake, I bought plastic flowers. Cheap, yes, but they were full of love. I even had a spare key to our place. I opened the door quietly and stepped inside. The cake was shaking in my hands. My heart was beating with excitement. Then I heard sounds, soft laughter, mourning. I walked toward the bedroom and my world shattered. Precious was on the bed with one of the biggest Lagos boys in Unilag, a bad guy, a rich guy, the kind of guy nobody challenged. I couldn't breathe. My chest tightened. Precious. She turned slowly, not shocked, not guilty, annoyed. She stood up and walked toward me, and I thought, maybe she would apologize, maybe she would cry. But instead, she looked at the cake and flowers like they were trash. What are you even doing here with fake flower and cake? She laughed. This is my new boyfriend. He even bought me the latest GLE. Then she leaned closer and said something that killed me completely. Don't worry, if you calm down, I can still share with you. Share? Like I was nothing? Before I could speak, the big boy came out. He looked at me. Who is this? Precious didn't even hesitate. This is my younger cousin. He's just disturbing me. My blood boiled. Cousin? I started insulting him, and that was when he moved. The next thing, pain, fists, blows. He beat me black and blue, black and purple. I tasted blood. And Precious? She didn't scream. She didn't stop him. She simply went inside, closed the door, and left me outside with my cake, my plastic flowers, and my broken soul. That night, I made a vow. I wiped my blood and whispered, I will make it in Lagos. I will become one of the biggest boys, and I will show girls Pepe. Every girl will suffer the way I suffered, and I meant it. I worked like a madman. Tech courses, cybersecurity, remote jobs abroad, dollar payments, hard currency. By the time I graduated, I was unstoppable. I moved to the island, bought cars, lived soft life, and I kept my promise. Every girl that approached me, I used and dumped, over and over. Some were innocent, some were quiet girls that didn't even go out much, but to me, every girl deserved pain. Sometimes they said no. I didn't care. I put things in drinks, I took advantage, and I told myself, I will always get away with it. I even had girlfriends scheduled like weekdays. Monday girl, Tuesday girl, Wednesday girl, till Sunday. Each one had a role. One washed clothes, one cooked, one cleaned, and none of them knew about the others. I was a master manipulator. I thought I was a king until I saw her. It was a club night, VIP section, drinks flowing like water, my boys around me. Then I noticed her. Across the room, a goddess, clean skin, slim waist, full body, luxury aura. I nudged my friend. See that girl? That is my type. I'm going to get her. My friends laughed. Femi, are they not enough for you? I grinned. Man cannot live by bread alone. Today na bread, tomorrow na amala. They laughed. I ordered an expensive drink for her table. The waiter returned. Sir, she said she doesn't want it. My smile dropped. That had never happened. Never. Later, I waited outside with my car. As she walked out, I stepped forward. Beautiful lady, can I drop you off? She looked at me like I was nothing. I drove. I scoffed. What did you drive? She leaned closer. A Lamborghini, and I don't need you asking me questions. Then she walked into her car and drove off, leaving me standing there, dumbfounded, rejected, for the first time in my life. And in that parking lot, I realized something. This wasn't just a girl. This was my consequence. And I didn't even know that she was not human conquest. She was my consequence.
Cynthia, the girl I couldn't forget. I didn't sleep that night. Even though Lagos was loud outside, cars passing, distant music, island nightlife still breathing, I lay on my bed staring at the ceiling like a cursed man. Because for the first time in years, a woman had looked at me and said no. Not because she didn't hear me, not because she was shy, but because she truly did not care. And that disturbed me. It excited me. It insulted me. It consumed me. Her face kept replaying in my mind like a song I couldn't turn off. The way she stood, the way she spoke, the way she entered that Lamborghini like I was invisible. Who was she? What kind of Lagos girl rejects a man like me? A man with money, a man with looks, a man who always wins. I clenched my jaw. This one, I must get her. To me, it wasn't love, it was conquest. That's what I told myself. A few days later, fate played its wicked game. I was at the mall, walking with my sunglasses on, moving like the big boy I was. People always stared. I was used to it. Then suddenly, boom, I saw her again. Standing near a luxury store, looking expensive even without trying. My heart jumped. This time, I didn't go with arrogance. I changed tactics. I approached slowly. Hi, sorry about the other day. She turned her head slightly. Her eyes swept over me from top to bottom. Cold, sharp. I swallowed. My name is Femi. For a second, she said nothing. Then she smiled, small, almost mocking. My name is Cynthia. I felt victorious. At least now I had her name. But she didn't stop there. I don't want to talk to you. And she walked away, just like that. I stood there, frozen, watching her disappear into the crowd. And instead of letting it go, my obsession grew teeth. That night, I dreamed of her. The next night, too. Soon, Cynthia became the only thing my mind could taste. Something strange happened. The girls in my life, the Monday girl, the Tuesday girl, the Wednesday girl, they started irritating me. Their voices became noise. Their bodies became ordinary. They would come to my house like usual,
One sweeping, one cooking, one waiting for me in lingerie, but my mind was elsewhere. Some would complain, "Femi, you don't even look at me anymore." I would snap, "Abeg, leave me." It was madness. Me? Femi? The man who couldn't stay away from women? Now obsessed with just one? It didn't make sense. But Cynthia didn't feel like the others. She felt like a challenge. Weeks later, I attended another party. Lagos parties are always the same. Champagne, perfume, fake laughter, big boys forming circles. Then, I saw her, Cynthia. She stood near the balcony, calm like she didn't belong to the chaos. My chest tightened. This time, I approached gently. No drinks, no car stunts, no nonsense, just me. "Hi, Cynthia." She looked at me for a long moment. Then she sighed. "You are persistent." I smiled. "Maybe I'm serious." That was the first real conversation. We talked about her family, her upbringing, her quiet life. I told her about myself, carefully edited, of course. Not the monster parts, just the success, the gym, the tech, the soft life. She listened, and somehow I found myself enjoying her presence. It was confusing because I wasn't supposed to feel. I wasn't supposed to care. But Cynthia had a way of making silence feel intimate. Before I left, she said, "You are not as stupid as you look." I laughed. That night, she saved her number in my phone. And from that moment, my life shifted. We started talking, morning to night, calls, chats, voice notes. She became routine. And without realizing, I started breaking up with my other girls, one by one. Monday girl cried. Tuesday girl insulted me. Wednesday girl begged. But I didn't care. I wanted Cynthia's full attention because I believed if I played the good man long enough, I would get what I wanted. Finally, I told her, "Cynthia, I like you. I want a relationship." She stared at me through the phone screen. "I will try you. If you are honest, I will introduce you to my people." My heart raced. Deal. We went on dates. First dinner, second dinner, then movie dates, long drives, laughing, talking about life. She was soft but guarded, and I started feeling something dangerous, attachment. Sometimes I would catch myself staring at her like she mattered. Then I would remind myself, "No, Femi, stay focused. It is a conquest." But my heart didn't listen. After 3 months, curiosity ate me alive. I realized I didn't even know where she lived. "Cynthia, can I visit you so you can cook for me one day?" I expected her to say no, but she surprised me. "No problem." She sent her address. The next day, I drove there like a man possessed. When she opened the door, the smell of food hit me. Jollof rice, chicken, home. Inside, I met her grandmother and her younger brother. They greeted me warmly. Her grandmother's eyes were deep, like she could see through skin. We ate together. We laughed. Cynthia served me proudly. "You cook really well," I said. She smiled. "I've had years of experience. Don't worry, you have no idea how good I am at everything." Her words made me laugh, but something about the way she said it almost sounded like a warning. When I left that evening, I couldn't stop thinking. Her family felt real. Her world felt pure. And for the first time in years, I wondered, is she still a conquest? Or do I actually like her? 4 months in, I decided, "Cynthia, I want you officially. I want to marry you." She blinked slowly. "Are you sure?" I nodded. "Yes." She agreed. And that night, I told her, "Stay over at my place." She hesitated, but I convinced her. That was the night
everything changed. The night the trap closed. The night the ghost remembered. The night Cynthia finally stopped being a woman and became something else entirely.
Cynthia was already dead. That night was supposed to be my victory. After everything, after the chase, after the rejection, after the dates, after finally making her mine, Cynthia was in my house, in my bed, and I thought I had won. She stood near the window, the city lights of Lagos reflecting softly on her skin. She looked almost unreal, like something carved out of a dream. I walked up behind her. "My girlfriend," I whispered. She turned slowly. Her eyes were calm, too calm. I smiled. "Stay with me tonight." At first she refused, but I convinced her. I always convinced women. That was my gift, or my curse. Finally she nodded. "Okay, Femi." And she stepped into my world. Later, the room became quiet. The air became heavy. We kissed. Slowly. Cynthia hesitated. "No, let's." But then, she agreed. And we did it. After the first round, I stood up, breathing hard, feeling accomplished. I reached for my phone. "I'll be right back," I said. I stepped out to take a call. Cynthia got up too, heading toward the kitchen for water. And that was when everything shifted. Because she heard my voice. She heard the truth. I laughed softly into the phone. Yes, now. With that girl we met at the club, I told you I was going to collect. It is done now. I leaned against the wall like a proud hunter. Femi no dey fail. She was an easy target. I won't go back for her. She's fine though, sweet girl. I chuckled. My friends were laughing on the other end. I didn't know that Cynthia was standing behind the staircase, silent, listening, her eyes filling with tears. Not loud tears, not dramatic tears, the quiet type, the dangerous type. She didn't confront me, she didn't shout, she simply turned and walked back upstairs. When I returned, Cynthia was sitting on the bed again. Her face was soft, calm. She smiled. That smile, it was strange. The kind of smile you can't understand until it's too late. I climbed beside her. My beautiful Cynthia, my sweet Cynthia. She nodded slowly and whispered, "Femi, you have no idea." Then she pulled me back in. The second round was different, too intense, too deep. It felt almost unreal. The room was spinning. Cynthia held on to me tightly, like she was taking something, like she was claiming something. My body felt weak. My eyelids grew heavy. I didn't even know when I passed out. Darkness swallowed me. When I woke, sunlight was pouring into the room. I stretched lazily, smiling to myself. Finally, conquest completed. I turned to the side. The bed was empty. Cynthia was gone. Her bag, gone. Her shoes, gone. Her clothes, gone. I blinked. Maybe she went home early. It didn't concern me. In my mind, it was finished. I stood up and walked into the bathroom, still smiling, still proud, still thinking I was Femi. I unzipped to pee, looked down, and froze. My smile vanished. My breath stopped because it wasn't there. My manhood, gone, missing, disappeared. I screamed, "Mogbel, Mogbel, my thing, where's my thing? My manhood is gone." I stumbled backward, my legs shaking, my head spinning. This was not real. This was not possible. I ran out of the bathroom, out of my room, down the stairs like a madman, out of my compound, onto the estate street, screaming like a lunatic. Security men rushed toward me. Oga, what happened? I couldn't even feel shame, only terror. I showed them. Their faces changed instantly. Shock, horror, disbelief. One of them whispered, "Jesus." My knees buckled. I fainted. When I woke, people were standing around me. Someone asked quietly, "Oga, wetin you do last night? When last you see am?" My voice trembled. I was with my girlfriend. I slept with my girlfriend. They exchanged glances. Another man muttered, "What if your girlfriend na witch?" I snapped, "No, she's not a witch. I know her house. I know her family. Na today I go date witch in Lagos." They said, "Then go there. Carry police. Make she explain." I didn't even bath. I jumped into my car and drove straight to the police station. I took security men with me, and we went to Cynthia's address. When we arrived, I knocked again. Nothing. I banged harder. "Cynthia, open the door." Silence. Then a neighbor stepped out slowly, an older man. He looked confused. "Oga, why you didn't knock that door?" I turned sharply. "My girlfriend, Cynthia. Is she around?" The man frowned slowly. "Oga, Cynthia no dey here." My heart dropped. "What do you mean? She lives here." The man shook his head slowly. "Oga, Cynthia don't die." I laughed nervously. "Stop joking. I was in her house last night." The neighbor's face became serious. "Oga, Cynthia don't die for 5 years." My world tilted. I pulled out my phone with shaking hands. "Look, this is Cynthia. This is my girlfriend." The man stared at the picture, then sighed. "Oga, na her be that, but she don't die." My stomach turned ice. The neighbor continued, "Make I tell you wetin happen. Cynthia dey date one fine Lagos boy. The boy dey cheat, maltreat am, but Cynthia love am die. She do like 5 abortions for am. Na the 6th abortion take her life. She later find out say the boy even get family in Port Harcourt. She just be side chick." My ears rang. The neighbor's voice became distant. And before Cynthia die, she vow, any boy wey she come across, she go make them use their eyes see something. At first, people no believe, but Oga, you no be the first person wey come knock this door. My legs gave out. I fainted again. After that day, my life ended. I went to church, pastor to pastor, herbalist to herbalist, prayer house to prayer house. Nothing. How do you fight a ghost? How do you beg the dead? People whispered that Cynthia had a mission now, that she punishes Lagos big boys who sleep with everything under the skirt, men who maltreat women, men who think life has no consequences. And they said, Femi was not the first, and he would not be the last. And then I remembered Honey. Do you remember Honey? The Lagos big girl? The one I drugged? The one I stole from? The one whose fortune vanished because of me? That night, I laughed. I walked away, untouched. I thought I got away. But maybe Cynthia was not just vengeance for herself. Maybe she was vengeance for women like Honey. Women whose voices were silenced. Women whose pain was mocked. Maybe Lagos never forgets. Maybe the universe keeps receipts. So tell me, was this karma? Did Honey deserve better? Do bad people always receive punishment? Or does life simply wait until it is time to collect? Because I, Femi, I thought I was the hunter. until I became the haunted.